guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Majemuoluwa, and on this channel I create videos on tech, faith and lifestyle, and this is my first video in 2024. Happy New Year, guys! Hey. So yeah, you know how every year, right, we usually start the year with New Year resolutions, and I know for a lot of people, securing the bag, making money, improving your financial lifestyle is usually one of the core things that is usually in everybody's New Year resolutions. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking on how to make, manage and multiply money in 2024. So yeah, let's get right into it. So I'm just going to be sharing a few practical tips that can help you manage your money better in this year 2024. So the first thing I'll be sharing is you need to learn how to live within your means. You see, this year is not really the year where you need to spend on things that you can't necessarily afford, right? I think one thing that we really need to learn as individuals is delayed gratification. You don't have to, but tell yourself you don't have to buy that thing now. You don't have to buy that iPhone now. You don't have to buy that human egg now. Think about it. Can you actually really afford it, right? So the first thing that you really need to know, the first habit you need to build in learning how to manage your money is practicing delayed gratification, learning to live within your means, right? So the second thing I'm going to be sharing in terms of managing money is savings. You can't overemphasize the importance of building the right savings culture, right? So I think one tip that has helped me, and I think I learned that from the book Richest Man in Babylon, is it's good to have different savings accounts for different things, right? So for me, I sort of structured this. I have something for projects, emergencies, and long-term savings. So you see that long-term savings, right? I make sure every month there is money that goes into long-term savings. I know any money that enters this account is not, there's nothing that wants to happen that can make that money come out, right? For emergencies, I have a separate account. I think for emergencies, I actually have an account with Zenith Bank where I just keep money there for emergency. Emergencies mean there is a critical, like very critical need that I really need money for, and I probably do not have enough cash for that, so I can go to that account to take out money from it. But the catch is I do not have a debit card, I don't have access to mobile banking, USSD, any of those things on that account. So it means I have to go and queue at the bank to be able to withdraw money from that account. So basically it just helps put me in check such that I know it has to be a real emergency for me to go through that stress of going to queue at the bank to withdraw money. So, and the final one is an account for projects, right? Of course, from time to time, say I want to get a new phone, right? And I know at that instance I can't afford it, right? So I need to put up money over time to be able to get the phone. So that's what the project account is for. And I think one good thing is, especially in Nigeria, creating bank accounts is very easy. We have digital banks as well that you can easily just download the app without having to go through the stress of creating the account from the banks, right? So you could easily do any of those to structure your savings account. But it's very important that you actually, from now, you actually start to there should be a percentage of your income that you save. And priority should actually be on the long-term saving, because I know a lot of people, of course I save, they tell themselves, I save, then after 3 months you remove the money, you get it to buy human air. Or of course I save, you remove the money, use it to go and buy AirPods, please. This year is not the year we do that. This year we prioritize long-term savings. The third thing I'm going to be sharing in terms of managing your money will be budgeting, right? This is one hack that will really help you improve your financial lifestyle, right? So before your income comes, especially for maybe salary earners, you can plan ahead for the month. You know what percentage of your income is going to maybe feeding, housing, transport, pet projects, lavish lifestyle. You want to be outside, budget for it. Don't let your this 2024, being outside should not be impromptu anymore. Plan for it ahead, right? So budgeting, you could start with creating like monthly budget, or you could have weekly budget, or even daily budgets, right? It could be a thing of, oh, okay, every day I'm not spending beyond this amount. So, food, transport, whatever, it must not cross this amount on a daily basis. On a weekly basis, so you could have a fixed amount that you don't want to spend that. So basically what I'm just trying to say is begin to like budget, begin to like plan ahead before you spend your money, so that you know where your money is going to. And the final thing in terms of managing your money would be tracking or monitoring your money. There's this Robert Kiyosaki book that I've actually not read the book, but I just saw the title and I fell in love with it. And I think the title is Who Took My Money? And I know a lot of us at the end of the month, you're like, where did all of my salary go to? For business owners, you're like, where did all the profit I made, all my income, where did it go to, right? The way you'll be able to answer that question is to actually monitor or track your expenses. I think one thing that I've actually started practicing is I have a dedicated bank that I use for day-to-day spending, right? I mean, that's another good thing about technology and the rise of fintechs, right? I can easily just have a digital bank that I just use for like my day-to-day spending. And what I do is every money going out, I add a narration to it, right? So that way, at the end of the month, when I get my statement, I can go down and say that, MJ, you spent a lot on food this month. Next month, you have to cut down the food you're eating. Or, oh, you're spending a lot on Bolt, you're spending a lot on Uber. Maybe this month, you should actually think of entering Keke a bit more, right? So basically, being able to like monitor and track your expenses, it would really go a long way in you being able to like know. And what is the app is just as simple as it is, just adding narration to your spending, right? Every money, if it's like maybe a withdrawal, POS, just write it there. And that way you're able to like, to a reasonable extent, track and monitor your expenses. So yeah, I think these are like few tips that could get you started in terms of improving how you manage your money. So the next thing we're going to be talking about now is how to multiply money. So beyond you managing your money, beyond you saving, especially saving for the long term, it doesn't just stop at that. You need to know how to multiply your money. I think financial people, they will say how to make your money work for you. And one key way to do this is pretty much investment, right? I think now is a good time to begin to pay attention to learning about investment strategies, investment instruments that you can invest in. What I mean by instruments, stuff like stocks, bonds, ETFs, and the likes, right? And I think one other thing that I sort of advise people to do, especially if you're based in Nigeria. I mean, we all know what inflation is doing to our currency, right? So as much as you can, it's probably good to actually save or invest in foreign currencies like dollars, right? Take for example, I think maybe last year or 2 years ago, a naira to dollar was just about 500 naira, and in the space of 1 year, currently it's about over 1,000 naira, right? So imagine you have just kept $100 when it was just 500 naira to $1, right? Without you doing anything, your money has probably doubled, if not almost tripled, without you doing anything, just because you're saving in dollars. And yeah, I mean, we all just know the reality of what our currency is. So I think that's one thing that can actually help. Then also begin to learn about stocks, do your research. And I think one advice about investment is it's important that you do your research and you know what you're investing in. And thankfully we're in an information age where you can easily get knowledge, you can get insight into well-performing stocks, well-performing ETFs, and things that you can invest in. Real estate as well is also something that you could, if you have the money for it, you could actually go for it. Buying lands, buying properties, and the likes, they're actually good investment vehicles. So yeah, the primary way to actually get your money to work for you is investing in it. It's investing your money, right? And if you have maybe a business as well that you're running and it's actually yielding or generating significant profits, but you could also invest in that. So this year, tell yourself that we're prioritizing investments. We're not just spending money, we're not just saving money and just locking money in dormant accounts. We're investing money this year and we're making sure our money begins to work for us. And then the final thing I'll be sharing in this video is how to make money, how to make extra income. Let me put it like that, how to make extra income in 2024, right? And I think people that would really probably enjoy this more is maybe salary earners, right? I know for a lot of us, you always hear about how do we get multiple streams of income, how do you make sure you are not dependent on just one source of income. So in 2024, I'm just going to highlight a few ideas, right? I mean, there are tons of ways by which you can make money, right? If you do your research based on your personality, your interest, your skills, right? There are tons of ways you can make money, but I'll just be sharing a few things that I think you could explore to make extra or additional income this year. So the first thing I'm going to be saying is you need to upskill, right? Whatever role you are, whatever skill, whatever job you're doing, this year is a good time to upskill, to be able to position yourself for promotions, salary increase. If you need to change jobs to a higher paying job, the primary thing you need to pay attention to is upskilling. You can't remain the same way, the same thing you've been doing. There's no improvement in terms of your skill set, no additional certifications, nothing of that sort that could give you a leverage to be able to negotiate maybe a higher pay. But yeah, in this year, it's something you really need to pay attention to, upskilling, right? Take as many courses as you need to get better at your skills. Do more, put in more work, right? Just so you have better experience and you have better evidence in terms of the work you're able to do. And then certifications for roles that requires a lot of certifications for you to get promotions and pay. I think this year is a good time to pay attention to that, right? So because if you also want to change jobs, right? Say you've been at the same company for 3-4 years, you're not really seeing growth in terms of remuneration or income coming in, right? You could also consider changing jobs, right? I'm all for changing jobs if it's not paying you, right? So, and to be able to change jobs and to be able to negotiate a better pay, you really need to be bringing something significant to the table, right? So that's why upskilling is very important this year. The second thing is you could consider picking up a side hustle, right? There are different side hustles ideas that you could pick up beyond your 9 to 5. I think someone once asked that, okay, after your 9 to 5, what do you use your 5 to 9 or 5 to 12 or whatever to do, right? So I think it's a good time to actually begin to think of side hustles that you could pick up to also create additional stream of income, right? So you could look at things like starting maybe an online store, right? I know a lot of folks actually do this where you don't necessarily have to invest capital in terms of buying the items you want to sell. You could just partner with an existing vendor, take pictures, create an e-commerce site or an Instagram account, you put it up there. People order and then you link up with the vendor and get it delivered to the customer without you actually having to put down cash in terms of buying the items that you want to sell. So that's one thing you could consider. You could also consider doing a middleman business. And what do I mean by that? It's something I actually do, right? So I sort of run a business where I create merch or swags for companies, right? So branded items. But then I'm not a printer, I don't print, I don't do anything. What I just do is I get the contracts, right, and I outsource it to someone else who does the job. And then I deliver it to the customers, and then I make my cuts from whatever money they pay without me actually needing to go through so much stress, right? So it's something you could actually consider. Look at, business ideas where you could just be like a middleman, leverage your network, leverage your connection, get gigs, outsource, get money from it, pay whoever you're outsourcing it to, get it delivered to the customer, and you're good. You're able to make some money off it. You could also consider things like tutoring, right? Say you have knowledge in certain areas that you think a lot of people would love to pay to learn, right? So you could create courses online. There are a lot of tools that you can use to create courses online. You can write an ebook. You just have to write the ebook once, put it up for sale, and without you doing anything, your book is getting sold and you're making money from it. Same thing with an online course. You can put together an online course, and you could also even set up classes where you teach people and then you get paid for it. So it's something you could also consider. And there are tons and tons of ideas. If you actually just deliberately go out there to research ideas on how you could make money, you would actually see a lot of things that you can do. So this year is a good time to pick up one or two side hustles to, you know, augment whatever income you're getting from your regular job or business. I hope you're able to learn one or two things from this video. If you have other tips and ideas that would help people to make, manage and multiply money in 2024, please drop them in the comment section. If you're able to learn anything from this video, also share what you were able to learn in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of this month, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.